All right, let's talk about something we could all use a little more of in our lives, laughter. It seems simple, right? But based on some fantastic insights from Psychology Today, we're going to dig into the science of why laughing is so crucial. And then we'll break down 5 real, practical ways you can bring more of it back into your day-to-day. So let's get into it.
First things first, I want to ask you something. Just think about it for a second. When was the last time you had a true, deep belly laugh? You know the kind I'm talking about? The one that makes your stomach hurt and your eyes water and you can barely breathe? Maybe you were watching a ridiculous TV show or a friend told you an insane story. If you have to pause and think about it, well, that's kind of the whole point of our conversation today.
I mean, think about it. When we were kids, laughter was just there. It was our natural state. It was part of playing, part of learning, part of everything we did. But then, life happens. We get jobs, bills, responsibilities, and somewhere along the way, we pick up this idea that being serious means we're being mature. And just like that, laughter starts to feel like a luxury, not a necessity.
And this all leads to something we could call the adult laughter deficit. It's this growing gap between the natural joy we're born with and the heavy seriousness we feel we have to perform as grown-ups.
Yeah, we get this idea stuck in our heads that to be taken seriously, we have to be serious 24/7. But what the science shows us is that letting laughter slip away is a huge mistake, not just for our mood, but for our physical health and our relationships. It's a lifeline we really can't afford to just let go of.
So what's the big deal? Why is this so important? Well, it turns out a good giggle isn't just a fleeting feeling. It is a seriously powerful tool, both psychologically and physically. So let's take a look at what's actually going on inside our bodies when we laugh.
Okay, get a load of this number. You are up to 30 times more likely to laugh when you're around other people than when you're by yourself. 30. That tells you everything, doesn't it? Laughter isn't just an internal emotion. It's a social glue. It's how we signal to each other, hey, we're good, we're connected.
And the physical kickback? It's instant. When you have a good laugh, your brain gets a rush of these feel-good chemicals, like endorphins and dopamine. Your muscles, which were probably all tensed up, just unclench. You start breathing deeper. Your whole nervous system gets a message to just chill out. It's honestly one of the fastest ways to hit the reset button on stress.
And really, all that social laughter, it's all about one thing: building stronger bonds. When you laugh with people, you're sending this incredibly powerful unspoken message that says, I get you, we're on the same team. It creates this feedback loop of connection and support that is absolutely vital for our mental well-being.
Okay, so we get it. We need it. The big question is, how do we actually get more of it in our busy, serious adult lives? Well, the great news is that your ability to laugh isn't gone. It's just a little out of practice. So let's get into the practical stuff. Let's talk about how to strengthen that laughter muscle.
All right, here they are, 5 intentional ways to do this. And it all starts with number 1. You have to actively seek out humor. This isn't passive, it's a choice. So maybe tonight, instead of watching another heavy drama, you purposefully put on a comedy special. Or on your commute, you find a funny podcast. And remember how social it is? Make a plan with friends where the only agenda is to hang out and have a good time. It's about consciously choosing joy. Number 2 is about finding laughter in the everyday. Life is filled with these little absurd moments that are genuinely hilarious if we just decide to see them that way. The article had some perfect examples, like getting completely tangled and stuck in your own sleeping bag, or watching your dog grab your work ID and make you chase it around the yard. It's about choosing laughter over frustration in those moments. Which, of course, leads right into number 3. Let go of being so self-conscious. Give yourself permission to just be silly. Look, there are times to be serious. Jury duty. Okay, maybe jury duty. But let's be real, most of life is not jury duty. Most situations have a little room for fun. Don't let that fear of not looking mature enough rob you of a moment of lightness.
Now for number 4, and this one is so important. The goal is to laugh with other people, never at them. Laughing with someone is all about connection. It builds trust. The goal is to share a funny moment together. Laughing at someone? That does the exact opposite. It's about creating superiority and making someone the butt of the joke, which just breaks bonds. Healthy humor always brings people closer.
And now for our final point. This one is maybe the trickiest, but also the most profound. Finding a way to laugh even in the dark times. Now, this is not about ignoring pain or pretending things are okay when they're not. It's something much deeper than that.
See, laughter can exist right alongside the tough stuff. It can act as this kind of protective buffer.
It doesn't magically erase sadness or grief or stress, but what it can do is make those things more bearable. It's a powerful tool for resilience, a way to find a little bit of light when things feel really heavy.
And you know, Charles Dickens just nailed it with this quote. Laughter really is contagious. When you share it, especially when things are tough, it can create this shared sense of strength and humanity. It's a powerful reminder that we're all in this together.
So let's pull all of this together. This isn't about just sitting around and waiting for happiness to find you. It's about being proactive. It's about writing yourself a prescription for more laughter.
And if there is one single thing you take away from this, please let it be this. Your sense of humor is not something you either have or you don't. It is a muscle, and just like any other muscle, if you don't use it, it gets weaker. But the more you intentionally practice, by looking for humor, by sharing it, by allowing yourself to be silly, the stronger it's going to get.
So that brings us to the final, practical question. This is for you to take with you. It's not about some huge life change, it's about a small, simple choice. So how will you exercise your laughter muscle today?